it's me again, Eve here from Fresh Start, and today I'm just going to show you a little recipe, an almond milk recipe actually. I put out a post asking what you'd sort of like to see, and I did sort of suggest that I might make chai milk, so here we are. You wanted to see it. I'm going to be using the BioChef blender here, the professional blender. So it's a really good heavy duty blender, but you can make almond milks in other blenders. I would just check that they are suitable. You want to start with some rinsed nuts which have been soaked overnight. Depending on what nut you're going to use, different soaking times vary. Like cashews don't need as long. With an almond I do tend to soak it overnight, or for about 8 hours anyway. So I've got a cupful of almonds here which have been soaked overnight and rinsed off. We're going to be using a teaspoon of vanilla. You can use vanilla extract, but I had some pods, so I've used a vanilla pod there. We're going to use a teaspoon of allspice. Usually allspice is a good chai flavour. We're going to use a tablespoon of maple syrup and a pinch of Himalayan salt. So, here we go. All you're going to need is a blender. You can make this also in a juicer, a slow juicer, but I find a blender gives you a nice creamy consistency. So you're going to need a nut bag, and to line a bowl or a jug with that. If you don't have a nut bag, you can use a sieve. Quite a fine sieve would be better. If you haven't got one, you can get them really easily online or health food shops, but I think I got mine on Amazon, so they're not too much and they're going to come in handy. So first of all, we're going to place our cup of nuts into there. This will make just over, this will probably make about a portion for 2 people. I usually say the ratio is about a handful of nuts, or a cup of nuts, to about 400, 500 ml of water, but obviously that varies on the sort of milk you like. So if you would like a creamier milk, then use less water, more nuts, and if you don't mind it a bit more runny, you can add a bit more water. We're going to add into there a tablespoon of maple syrup. Again, that's optional. You could use agave, you could just use dates if you wanted to sweeten it up. A lot of my recipes I do use dates. I use these Majul dates, which are really nice and caramelly and fudgy. But you can use any date, but they are the best just because you're going to get a better effect from those, being that they're so soft and squidgy. We're going to use about ½ inch of ginger. Now not everybody can tolerate the ginger spice like I can, so use as much as you're comfortable with. But we're going to add a little bit of ginger into there. We're going to add the vanilla extract. I like to use it out of the pod because you get the vanilla beans, which makes it look really nice. We're going to add some allspice. I'm usually quite liberal because I like the real chai flavour. And the shaker isn't working. That should be enough. If it would come out, that should be enough. And just a pinch of Himalayan salt. And that just brings out the sweetness and the nuttiness. So in there now we've got our nuts, our ginger, allspice, some maple syrup and some vanilla. And to that we're going to add a little bit of water. I usually add a small amount first and start it off, and then I add more towards the end. Let's pop the lid on. And blend. And the good thing about this blender is that it's got the timers on there, so you can just set it off, choose your time, and then it just auto turns off when it's finished. So there we have a nice big jug of creamy, frothy milk. Pour it into your jug or bowl, which you've lined with a nut bag. just squeeze the bag out. This blender does make quite a fine pulp, so you get your money's worth then with the almonds. I don't like to throw anything away, so I even use the pulp then afterwards. I'll usually make some bliss balls or add it to some baking, some cake, anything which you can use ground almonds in. So this is the pulp that we have left. Not too much, and it's quite fine. Delicious. Sweet, creamy, frothy. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and recipe, and there will be more coming. If you want to let me know what you'd like to see, if you've got a certain problem that I can make a recipe tailored for you, or if there's anything in particular, just let me know and I'll get around to making that for you.